Well, good afternoon, good morning, good evening to some, and good day to all. This is ReneMFloyd coming to you this morning. It's morning time here in Southern California, and as you can see, I'm sitting behind my window and the sun is shining brightly, as you can see out there. But anyway, I want to come to you this morning talking about it's not really all that serious, but it can be serious. Discipline and boundaries. Um, you know, a lot of times we say that we need to be disciplined, we need to be consistent, and we need to have boundaries in our lives. Boundaries for either ourselves or for others, that they will not step over that boundary in our lives. Well, what boundaries and discipline and consistency, I'll say boundaries and discipline looks like is being consistent and doing the thing that your flesh really don't want to do, but you know it's the right thing to do. So you discipline yourself to do it. And boundaries is not allowing yourself to step over the threshold where you know you will either get in trouble or it wouldn't be a pretty picture for you or someone else that's involved with you. Not stepping over your bounds. And what that looks like is, let me give you an example. So for instance, when you take a child and you tell them that they have to do their work. So say like they have a reading program and they have to read their program, but they have to reach a certain goal in order for them to be considered complete. So for instance, my son, okay, he has a math program and a reading program that he does outside of his school so that he can practice the things that he learns in class. So we have a rule or a standard or expectation of him that he has to reach at least 86% in his math in order to be considered free for the day. And with his reading program as well, 86, at least 86. And what this does, and I know that it seems like it's pretty high, but what this does is make him stretch. It stretches his abilities to beyond being mediocre. We do not like mediocrity in this household. We have a standard that you operate in excellence. So everything that you put your hands to do, let it be your best. And if you can't reach it at that moment, at least you are reaching it, so we have expectations in our household that whatever we look to do, we're going to do our best at doing it. And so the boundaries is that, if he doesn't reach that, or the expectation is if he doesn't reach that, then he does not get to play on his PS4 and then with his tablet, he doesn't play on that all week except Tuesdays when he has his piano class and Fridays when school is out. And after, you have your chores. So these are just some little I guess goal marks that, if you perform, well in one area, your job right now is to go to school and you go to school and you apply yourself so that you can, turn in your best work so that you can get the best grade, because you're going to spend the same amount of time anyway. So if you're going to spend 10 minutes, make it your best 10 minutes. Don't make it your worst 10 minutes, because then you're going to have to do it over. And that's an additional 10 minutes that you have to spend redoing something that you already did that you could be doing something else with that time, because we all know that once time is spent, you can never get it back. That's the only thing that you cannot get back is time. So live each day as if it is your last, and live each moment to the best of your ability, because we can never get those moments back. But anyway, getting back to discipline and boundaries. Boundaries, sometimes we have to put people, some of our loved ones, in check. We have to build boundaries for some of our loved ones. And just because they are our blood family member does not mean that they get to have access in our lives, especially if they bring stress and confusion and in our lives. So, we have a boundary for them that they can go so far, and then they have to stop, and then, they know that they cannot cross that boundary. Sometimes that's very hard for some people to do that, but that's a boundary. You don't get access to my private world when you mess up, when you burn that bridge. I would say when you burn that bridge, that doesn't mean that you will never have conflict, and you can work some things out, and then keep moving forward. That doesn't mean that you never have to talk to that person again or whatever. Discipline, again, is, like I said, sticking to the plan. These are areas that I said that I want to improve in, and I am improving in them, but there's certainly more room for improvement. So that's why I'm talking about it, because as I preach and teach, I'm also listening. And so that's just, something I wanted to share. And, do you have any problems, dealing with boundaries in your life or with someone in your life? And also, do you have discipline issues? Disciplining yourself to get up and exercise, stop complaining, do something about it, get up and exercise. Even if you get up early in the morning, get up just a little earlier in the morning, or come home and do your exercise then. What about eating? Do you have issues with eating certain foods that are not good for you? Discipline yourself, pull yourself away, from the thing that makes you feel bad when you do it. That you are the only one that have control of your life. You cannot control anyone else's life, but you can control your life. And it's even better if we let God be the captain of our ship and control our lives, get our commands from him. So in the comment box, share with me any issues that you may have, or just say, yes, I have problems with discipline or consistency or boundaries. And if you'd like, you can share an experience, that you've had in that area. But I'm just here to bring it to the forefront and to hopefully help someone, and just talking about it. I have some issues with discipline and consistency, so that's why I set out to improve in that area. So in the comment box, leave me a comment. Let's talk. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be releasing some tutorials coming up real soon, hopefully even today. So anyway, this is ReneMFloyd signing out, and I want to say peace. Have a good day.